Okay, so we are learning qualitative, right? You know, as you know that there are two approaches, and actually there are three approaches in doing any research. So, okay, this according to Creswell. You can see I like what Creswell has written. Okay, he beautifully portrayed, you know, the three differences between the quantity, the quality, and also the mixed method. So there are three categories there. Have a look at there. So I just put the coloring there just to make sure you understand it. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay, just have a look at there. All right. Okay, that's under quantity. You know, like what I've told you. Okay, this is our example of the quantitative design. So we have the experimental, we have the non-experimental one. Okay, for under experimental, we have you know, design called the true experimental. We have the quasi-experimental. So you're gonna learn that in your quantity class. And there are also non-experimental designs such as correlation and also the survey. All right. Okay. Okay. Now your eyes have a look at the quality one. Okay. The qualitative design. Okay. This is exactly the things that we're gonna learn today. Okay. So we're gonna learn the design as specified by Creswell. Okay. Just have a look at that. So the first one is what we call narrative inquiry. Okay. So what is narrative inquiry? So we're gonna learn that. So don't worry about it. For the first thing we need to remember, we need to make ourselves familiar with the word first, you know, because it's such a, for us, for us, you know, like a bit complicated, a bit long. The word is a bit long, you know, but soon as you get familiar with it, you can remember it and you can do the research. Okay, so the first thing is narrative. All right, narrative or narrative inquiry. The second one is the phenomenology. We are researching. We made an inquiry on certain phenomena in our world, and then the grounded theory or GT, grounded theory. Okay, we're gonna generate our own theory based on our observation, and after that we're gonna learn about ethnography. Okay, as you can see from the name the ethno, something associated with ethnicity. You know, ethno. Okay, that means that we're gonna learn about the culture of a group of people. It could be, you know, certain tribal group. It could be certain cultural group, or it could be, you know, some people with special lifestyle. You know, not necessarily a tribe. You know, a nation. It could also be people with special way of life. You know. Another thing is we got another design is the case study, and in the case study there are many I think two or three design under the case study itself. So we have, you know, authors such as Yin Yang, not Yin Yang, Robert Yin, yeah, Robert Yin, who write a lot about case study, and I think most of our students here in UKM refer to Yin, yeah, Robert Yin, in order to do if they choose case study. But there are also model by Merriam and also by Blake as well. Okay, let's have a look at, the combination, the marriage between the quantity and the quality. So we call it mixed method, and to be short, it is MM. All right. Okay, for mixed method, just to give a preview, there are two things to do the mixed method. Okay, the first one is the sequential, and the second one is the concurrent. Okay, what does the sequential mean? Sequential means you do one after another. For example, you do the quality part first, and after that you do the quantity part, or the other way around. You're gonna do the quantity first, and after that the qualitative. Okay, and then there is another one, what we call the concurrent. Okay, what is concurrent mean? Concurrent means you do it together, simultaneously at the same time. All right. Okay. For example, you're gonna do uh, quality and quantity at the same time. But you see there, the way I wrote, the description under the concurrent here. You see here there are two designs. The first one is the qualitative in capital letters, all in uppercase letters. Okay, and the second one, the quant. The way I wrote quant. The first word is in uppercase. The second one is small case. So what does it mean? It means that although you do it simultaneously, which means at the same time, okay, but the dominant, okay, the design that dominates the process is the qualitative one. So that's the first one. So the quantity is the minor one. Okay, it is the other way around for the second one. Okay, for the second one, quantity is the major one. So the process is dominated by the quantity, and then at the same time, we also have, the small part of qualitative process. See, just to give you some ideas about the mixed method, sequential, that means you do one by one. Do quality first, and after that, the quantity, or the other way around. All right, the quantity first, and after that, the quality. Okay, the concurrent is you do it together at the same time. But the question is, does it have to be, same way? No, you don't have to. Yeah, like what I have written here. The first one is dominated by the quality, and the second one is dominated by the quantity. Okay, now let's have a look at. All right. Okay. Now we are concentrating on the blue one. All right. The blue one. Okay. Quanti, you learn that in your quantitative class. Okay. Mix, you learn through your self-learning. Okay. For the quality, the narrative inquiry, the phenomenology, the grounded theory, the ethnography, and also the case study. Okay. Let's concentrate on that. All right. Okay. So this is the overview. Okay. So this is the the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 designs under the qualitative design, qualitative research design. So we have the narrative one, the phenomenology, the grounded theory, the ethnography, and also the case study. Okay, which one you think is most popular one in UKM? Okay, anyone knows which one is the most popular one among the 5? The answer is case study. Okay, case study. Okay, so I'm gonna see from this aspect. Okay, first is what is the focus? Okay, what is the focus? And then the second one is the type of problem. Okay, the type of problem. Okay, so what is the designs all about? And the third thing is the unit analysis, unit of analysis. That means, what we're going to study what? Is it individual? Is it the organization? Is it the case? And so on. Yeah. And after that, what you need to do is you need to think about, if you want to do the qualitative research, the narrative one, what will be your topic? And what will be your unit of analysis? Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at, the focus. Okay, the focus, the thing, okay, highlighted by each of the designs. Okay, the first one. Okay, let's have a look at the narrative. For the narrative inquiry, it is about exploring the life of an individual. Okay, so it is, the center, the focus center is on an individual. We're going to learn about an individual. So that individual could be, a political leader, academician, something that we highly regard, something that we respect very, very much, somebody that we respect very, very much. So, that individual have many, many contribution to the world. many contribution to the country. And in order to, to do the research, we need to do the interview. And the type of design that we're gonna use is the narrative inquiry. Okay, so exploring the life of an individual. Okay, now we are going to the second one, which is the phenomenology. Okay, so I couldn't put the full title there, full name there, so just the pheno. So phenomenology. So what is the phenomenology? Phenomenology is about understanding the essence of experience. Somebody's experience. So we're gonna learn about it. We're gonna analyze it. Okay, because it has some meaning. It has some meaningful significance. So that's why we're gonna learn about it. Yeah. So when we get the result, when we get the findings, uh, it should be something that interesting. People might be interested. There are something that we're gonna learn from this person, from the experience of this person. So we're gonna interview individual rich with experience. Yeah. And we interview them, and whenever we interview them, just make sure what Miriam said regarding the criteria of the person we're going to interview. Okay, so what did Mariam say first? So whenever you choose your respondent, whenever you choose your research participant, you must have these qualities, must have these qualities. First is, the person already experienced the phenomenon. Okay, so whenever he or she talks, okay, it is easy for him because first-hand experience. And secondly is the articulation. He or she can easily articulate the experience. So it means that, it doesn't have any communication problem, language problem. Yeah. The more important thing is, okay, you can learn. You as a researcher, you can understand whatever being said by the respondent or by the research participants. Okay, so that's the phenomenology. What about the grounded theory? Okay, the grounded theory. So you might get scared when you see the theory, How can we make a theory? I am so small. I couldn't make a theory. I can afford to make a theory. Yes, you can, If you are good, if you specialize in doing qualitative research, and you will know how to do it. Okay, so grounded theory is about developing a theory grounded in data from the field. Okay, so you're gonna learn the processes, you're gonna learn the experience, you're gonna learn many things. There are rich data, rich data, and from there you try to make a theory from there. So you need to conceptualize, the things that you ask, the things that you remember, the things that you interpret in your mind. Yeah. So you build some connection between concept. You build mind map or concept maps, and after that, you can see the interconnection between many concepts, many keywords there. Okay, what about the next one, which is ethnography? Okay, let's have a look at the description there. We are still discussing the focus of the ethnography. So it is about describing and interpreting a culture sharing group. See the culture. So it is about the culture, about a way of life. So we're gonna learn about special tribe, special tribe, a tribe in the interior jungle, or could be in the town. People in a tribe, they have special lifestyle. Yeah. Okay. Do you know that in some places in Himalayan mountains, you know? Okay, so they have the family, and interestingly, the people there, okay, they have one wife, and one wife has many husbands. Yeah, 3 and 4 husbands. Okay, because in other countries in the world, normally one man and one woman. Okay, that makes husband and wife. Yeah, in some countries they allow to have one husband have 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives. But in that place in I couldn't remember the name of the country. Could be Nepal, could be Bhutan. Yeah. Yeah, but that's in the Himalayan mountains. Yeah. Okay, so we can learn about them. Yeah. Or also and also not necessarily about certain tribal group, but people with special lifestyle, people with some unique understanding of the world. Like people who animal liberationists. They're thinking. We're gonna learn about their lifestyle. The hippies. Okay, and because of the advance of the technology, we have people who travel, but at the same time they have their own job, but their job is online. So they are the digital nomad. Yeah, the digital nomad. So they travel from one country to another, but they have their own laptop, so they are the digital nomad. So it will be interesting if we could interview them, see what their lifestyle. So their lifestyle, they go to the places where the internet connection is really stable. So there are some places you can easily look or ask Google in order to get the information. Which cities are good for digital what is it? Digital nomad. Digital nomad. So interesting to discover, to learn more about them. So you need to interview them. All right, so case study is about developing an in-depth description. Okay. The one that I mentioned before is ethnography. Okay, now the last design is the case study. Okay, the case study is about to develop in-depth description of a case or multiple cases. Okay, so it is up to us to uh, to make an inquiry on a case or multiple cases. Okay, many cases. Okay, and we learn about one case, one organization, one program, but the way we do it is to to go deeply into the case. Okay, to go deeply. So that's what we call in-depth description. Okay, now let's have a look at the type of problem. Okay, I'm referring to the this one. Okay, I think you could see my laser pointer in here. Okay, the narrative one. The narrative is needing to tell stories of an individual experience. Okay, for phenomenology, to describe essence of this phenomena. Grounded theory is to see the views of the participants. Okay, so you know that the grounded theory is like be in the shoes of the other person, how they see things. Okay, what about the ethnography one? Ethnography is about to interpret and to describe the shared pattern of a culture or a group. Okay, case study is providing in-depth understanding of a case or several cases. Okay, now let's have a look at the unit of analysis. Remember the name, the term unit of analysis is quite confusing. It means that what are you studying? Are you studying about individual? Are you studying about organization? Are you studying about a program and so on? So that's the question that you need to ask. That's the question you need to remember. Okay, for the narrative one, you are studying the individual. So that means you interview them one by one, and then you analyze it. All right. So, in one or more individuals, because it is about the life of an individual. Okay, what about the phenomenology? Studying several individuals that have shared their experience. So you're gonna learn, the experiences by a number of participants, a number of scholars, a number of individuals. So you're gonna interview them one by one, and then make analysis on each of the individuals. Okay, what about the grounded theory? Okay, this one is about the grounded theory. So you're studying a process, action, or interaction, many individuals. Okay. Okay, that's the grounded theory. What about the ethnography? Ethnography is about studying a group that share the same culture. Yeah, studying an event, program, or activity. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna stop here for a while.